welcome
Thank you.
to her public bench. I'm here with Chezzie, and I'm Robin, for those who don't know me. And we're here in The Hague, officially in the Waldeck neighborhood.
Yeah.
On the border with Loosduinen. I just learned that. And I'm happy on this pretty nippy day to be sitting here alongside you for another new episode of the Good Place interview series. For those who don't know, we are a podcast interview series talking with various people about life and about the place they live in. And it's refreshing because it gives us a lot of insights on why people live in a particular place, how they've come here, why they're still here, why they want to move, why they're not happy in life. Let's see where this conversation goes. Chezzie and I have not met before. It's the first time. I came across your organization called The Hungry Mind, which is an expat community center. And I was intrigued by the name, reached out, and then you responded.
Yeah.
So thanks for the response. Thanks for being open to this conversation. And please introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about you.
Okay. Chezzie Bergman. I moved to the Netherlands 37 years ago. Married a Dutchman, but I learnt my lesson there. Won't do that again.
Okay, bye.
And I've lived here in Old Waldeck ever since. Absolutely love it, love the area. This is such a pretty place as well in the summer. That just right outside my door you can just walk across the road and feed the ducks, see the swans. It's a really pretty place. I sound like the Dutch National Tourist Board when I talk about the area, because the beach is 5 minutes walk through the churchyard, through the woods, and it's absolutely beautiful, Cape Town. The city is 20 minutes by tram, and there's fabulous bus service. So I love it here, and I've got the best neighbours in the world.
Don't believe everything she says. I'm just kidding.
It's true.
A marvelous bus service. Okay, great.
Yeah.
And you came here, so I conclude you came here for love?
Yes. Well, actually, I married him for a bet, but yeah, I did. I met my husband, who was on a trip to the UK. I met him on the Friday. We got married the following Monday.
Really? 3 days at Bart?
No, it was the following Monday. But he was in the Netherlands in between, so I didn't see him for the rest of the time.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're a proud mother as well?
Oh, very, very, yeah. Oh, don't start me about Jay. He's very quiet, very reserved, never says anything about himself. But if he walks through the shopping centre, they know every inch of his life. Hey, Jay, come louder. Fantastic. Well done.
And you told me you was born in '86 when, of course, you moved here.
Yeah.
So he is he's British, but actually never lived in the UK.
No, he's never lived there. And he absolutely loves the Netherlands. He loves Dutch. He loves the language. And he's a bit of a pedant about speaking it correctly. So, of course, we only speak English. I said, well, you could correct me. But he said, yeah, I'll spend the whole day doing that. So, no, let's not go there.
Okay. So you don't speak Dutch to each other?
No, not with him. But I do speak Dutch most of the time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can speak it. The grammar's a little bit dodgy because I've never learnt it. So, well, I learnt it on the street, so I blame everybody who I met on the street for speaking bad Dutch.
Okay.
My excuse.
Watch out for Chezzie. She's gonna correct you in the middle of the street and make you feel embarrassed, and it doesn't matter. Okay. That's why I've never been into this area before in The Hague. Huh? They already warned me for you. And then, of course, after all those years, you started The Hungry Mind.
I started at The Hungry Mind as a childminder. I was looking after my neighbour's son, and collecting him from school. And she said, while you're waiting for him, go to the Hungry Mind.
Okay.
It's the community centre and cafe activity centre behind the international school.
Okay.
And it was started by Petra Brekelmans, who also organised the renovations of Villa Ockenberg.
Okay, Villa Ockenberg.
Yeah. And she set it up to start with as a bridge between the Loosdowner community and the international school, because it was a massive building coming into the middle of the area.
Yeah.
And that's how it started. But it's also, of course, most of the customers and clients are parents from primary. Yeah. And so it is a home from home. It's a lovely place. When you first come into the country, that you get a fantastic welcome.
Okay.
We'll show you around. We'll explain the ways of the gemeente, which are very ingewikkeld.
That means complicated. Yeah.
It's just a lovely place to.
It's like a landing patch.
It is. We'll help you with everything. We do workshops, we have coffee mornings, we have helpful things, but we have lots of fun things, lots of things for the children with football and hockey and everything, which also gets them into the Dutch community, because we have a link with the hockey and the football. The football trainer who takes the training for the Hungry Mind is also the coach for Die Hague. And we're in the football park of Die Hague. So the children can then, speaking English and Dutch, then move on to the Die Hague football club and become part of the local community. And the same with the hockey, with HDS, to the hockey club. So it's a really nice way to get the children to mix with local children as well and make more friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah.
Okay. And how would you describe the expat community? Well, not say much in The Hague, but the ones that the Hungry Mind has at the moment.
I would say that they're very multicultural, really multicultural.
Where are they mostly from?
A lot from India, from the States, from the UK, from Spain, from France, from South America. They're from all over, from Africa as well, yeah. And then we ask if anybody would like to bake or to cook or whatever, and then it's really nice to have different nationalities' food. One of the chefs who helps in the kitchen has a restaurant, beautiful restaurant in Cambodia, and she cooks the most amazing food. Okay. So everybody is really spoiled. The price of everything is very realistic, so everybody can afford it. And it's just a really nice way to learn about other things and other nationalities, other ways of life.
Absolutely, and different cultures, for sure.
Absolutely.
And you say afforded, because the notion probably is that expats always make a lot of money, but that's not per se the case.
I also want a lot of local people to come as well. I would really like the local Dutch community. And once a year we have the 65 plus dinner. I'm eligible for that now, unfortunately.
Congrats.
And that's a really fun day. That we work out a different theme every year. So we have a Greek, or we'll have Spanish, or we have Italian, and then we'll have a quiz night or some sort of entertainment. And then we just invite the local community. We put it in the newspaper. If you're 65 plus, then you're very welcome. Sign up, and we'll give you a fantastic day to remember.
Beautiful.
It was quite funny. We were at Villa Ockenberg with Pep, which is the local volunteer, when you're looking for volunteers. And we were hunting for volunteers at Villa Ockenberg. We've got our stand and waiting for everybody to come and offer their service. And they said, "Are you doing the 65 plus dinner this year? Are you going to do the 65 plus dinner? Can you make sure my name's down for the 65 plus dinner?" So anyway, we got 58 people for the 65 plus dinner and no volunteers.
Wow, great. So people have to serve themselves.
No, we serve them.
Without any volunteers?
Yeah, oh, don't worry, I'll rope somebody in. Somebody will come and help.
Okay.
Somebody will come and help.
And is it a tight-knit community, or are a lot of people come and go?
There is a basic tight-knit community and tight-knit volunteers who've been there since the beginning. I haven't been there since the beginning. I've been there about 8 years now. But there are a lot of people who've been there 7 or 8 years that are part of the volunteer team. And some people have moved to the Netherlands and just decided to stay here.
Yeah.
The children have had to move so many times and it becomes disruptive for them.
Absolutely.
That they want to finish the school. Some will stay, the husband will go, or the wife will go, and the children will stay with the other parent, because it's just such a good way of life, and they're very settled with this way of life. But others pack up and off they go, and it's not only difficult for the children who leave, it's difficult for the children who are left behind and their best friends have gone.
Yeah.
That's the other side of it. It's not only the ones who go, but there's a lot to be said for it. Different cultures, different ways of life, in experiencing different countries, and
So what do you, yeah, okay. What do you think then? Which one would you choose in the next life?
which one would I choose? Neither. No, neither. I'd move to Cornwall in England and stay there. I love the Netherlands. I really love the Netherlands, but I love Cornwall more. So I'd like to go to Cornwall.
But after all those years, you're still here.
Yeah, and I'm not going because it's not realistic to live in Cornwall. But that would be my choice if in the next life, if I behave myself well enough. I can't really see it happening, to be honest with you.
That's for another episode of different podcast.
Yeah, that's the late night one.
Oh, who knows? Ever I'm gonna, set up a different one
You dare to come back.
to old Waldeck, yeah, for sure. Okay, but still, you although it's not your life, it's not something that you want to, would follow in that sense. You are volunteering, right? You're connecting your time to this kind of
It's
initiative.
my passion. It's my passion.
Why is it your passion?
I just absolutely love the place. I love what it does. I mean, can you imagine just moving to a country, not speaking the language, not knowing anybody? Maybe you've lived somewhere for 3 years, you've just about started making friends and feeling settled, and all of a sudden you're uprooted, no choice, and you have to go and live somewhere else. And you don't know anybody. That if you could come into a nice warm environment where you walk in the door and people talk to you, say, how are you? Come and sit with us, come and join us. Do you want to come and do the yoga with us? Do you want to join Pilates? Come and do a wreath workshop, come and do a jewellery making workshop like today, advertising. So
It's going to be published somewhere next week, for sure.
okay, next jewellery workshop then, we'll let you know.
It's not a live stream.
So then all of a sudden you've got people who are around you, and then maybe you haven't heard your own language for a good few years.
Yeah.
So it'll be really nice that you meet somebody and immediately speak Spanish to you. And you just feel a little bit at home, and that's what we're trying to do, make everybody feel at home. Give the children lots to do, and it's really nice that the children have something, like Wednesday afternoon the children are free from school.
Yeah.
So it's really nice that they're doing football, hockey or frisbee or ballet or whatever. And then we're, with all the parents together, having a cup of coffee, having something to eat, having a chat. We've got a knitting club, a baby club, and they're all free. Just come in.
Yeah.
We've got a walking club. Just walk and have a chat.
But it's all about the connection, right?
Yeah. We've also got a running club. You'd never find me there.
It's for the.
And they go.
Is that for 65 plus as well?
Yeah.
Are the 65 plus
just
runners?
Just not this one. Yeah.
Okay.
But they go swimming in the sea in all weathers. Absolute madness. But then they come back and have a hot chocolate at the Hungry Mind.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I know people that take a dip in the ocean every day.
Yeah.
It's good for your immune system, they say.
I dodge the drips in the shower. I don't like water.
Wow, okay. So the Hungry Mind. But you've also said you're gonna step down as a chair.
Yes. It isn't official yet, but I am going to step down as chair because I think.
Should I cut it out of the interview?
Yeah. Okay.
No,
yeah. I think I've done my thing, and I think it's time to hand over to somebody else. I absolutely love it. I'm going to stay just as connected as I am now, but I think it's time for some fresh blood. I'll carry on doing as much as I can, and I'll take on another role and I'll stay on the board. But I just think as chair, give somebody else a go.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. I mean, as long as it's your passion, I think your passion is also something that you share with me in your own neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
In times where things are not as great or smooth or happy and healthy, then you still have your neighbors.
Yes. Oh, my neighbours are the best in the world.
Okay, let's get started about how important neighbors are in Old Waldeck.
Well, a good neighbour is better than a far friend, isn't it? My neighbours actually fight to help you out. So if somebody's not well, they get food delivered. If they need a car, then somebody will give you a lift. Sorry, I'm going to cough. Sorry. Also, if you want to borrow a car, then they'll give you the car keys and trust you.
Okay.
No
Yeah?
Lamborghinis, but you know.
What about your driving skills?
Oh yeah, I'm a good driver. I'm the only person who can drive good. Yeah. I used to, I'm a pretty fast driver. I like cars. That's why I don't like driving, because I have to stick to the speed limit. And when my son passed his driving test, I said, I'm going to show you where all the speed cameras are. He said, Mother dear, it's you who needs to know where they are, not me, because I don't speed.
They don't catch me.
Yeah. Now, it's a fabulous place to live. The beach is just down the road. It's just a lovely atmosphere in the area. Mm-hmm. And the neighbours are fantastic. Mm-hmm. And a lot of neighbours who've moved away said they would never have gone if they'd known how different it was going to be.
Wow. Well, how come?
One neighbour moved to Hague, and somebody knocked on the door and they thought, oh, that's nice, someone's come to welcome us. And it was the next door neighbour who said, you got your car in my parking place. And that was how it started.
Oh, wow.
But we have got something really special. And because we're such a good community to start with, when somebody new comes, we all go to them. Mm-hmm. So they know that this is the place to come to. This is a really nice place to live.
How would you describe that? How did that happen? I mean, how did that come to exist? What should others do to get such a nice community of neighbours?
Well, I just think people should be kind. And if you smile at people... I mean, I've made loads of friends in the shopping centre because I've normally got a smiley face, or I'm telling myself a joke I haven't heard before. So then I'll walk around the corner and I'll smile at someone and they'll smile at me, and then the next time we'll say hello, and then the third time they'll say, how do I know you? And I say, you don't, I just smile at everybody. And then
who's this crazy lady?
Yeah. And I do it on the tram as well. If someone gets on the tram, I go like that.
Oh yeah?
They think
and then they run away.
Yeah, some run away, some come and sit and chat. Yeah. My son is convinced that I'm absolutely mad, but I'm happy with that. If it gives somebody a laugh, then I'm happy with that.
So it's, in previous episodes as well, that kind of connection also gives you that sense of belonging, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I would definitely not move away from here. If I won the lottery, I'd buy myself a nice little houseboat somewhere up in Snake or something. I don't know.
As an extra home.
Yeah, just as a little place to go now and again, but I would never move from here. I'm really happy here. I know everybody in all the shops. I used to run down to what was Centra at the time, it's now Jumbo. And I've known the owner since he was 17. Mm-hmm. And I'd run down, grab a lemon, say, I'll be back in a minute, and then run home and then come back and pay for it in a minute. Mm-hmm. Or turn the heat down on the cooking, run downstairs, buy something, back up again. It's just, if I forget my bread that I've ordered, they'll say, Chezzie, phone me, Chezzie, come to get your bread. I can remember what I did at school when I was 8, but I can't remember that I ordered that bread.
Do you promote this neighbourhood amongst expats as well?
Yes, I do. Yeah, and whenever I'm on the Bij ons in Loosdowner, that is a Facebook page, which is hilarious. If somebody says the flowers are beautiful, you can guarantee within 5 posts there's a huge fight going on and everybody calling one another names. It's great. It's really good fun. But if ever anyone says, what's this area like to live in, what are the good things, what are the bad things, then I'll always tell them all the good things.
Because it feels like a very local-oriented neighbourhood.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
They're not so much expats or living here.
Oh, there's quite a few.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's quite a few.
They're more in my neighborhood.
Yeah, they're far more in your neighbourhood. No, there's a few because of the international school, but normally it's the apartments that are available in Expat or so, just the Chinese Wall, then or Expat. Then a lot of people move there temporarily until a house is built in Frondal or they find the house that they're looking for. So it's more very convenient for a stepping stone, but it's also a nice solid good neighbourhood with really good shops, with a couple of good restaurants, and the lunchroom where we just were is really nice as well. And there's
it's very communal.
Yeah. And I live above 3 ice cream shops and 3 cake shops. Can't go wrong there, can you?
But she made it to the public bench, people. She made it to the public bench. I must imagine, like, even this time coming up, Christmas time, it must be beautiful, with like such a community and.
Yes, and it's really nice to see that I face the flats, my apartment faces the flats, and then you just see every day there's more lights going up, and then every year the people are more reluctant to take them down. So normally around about Easter the Christmas lights come down.
So the most gezellige neighborhood of The Hague?
Yeah, zeker weten. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, she's a neighborhood marketing.
Yeah.
No, but I like these stories because it's that kind of connection and more like human connection is something we all need, right?
Yeah, definitely. And that's a really good one for my next volunteering is with Midin. And Midin is a home for people who are born with brain damage.
Okay.
So I've been doing that for about 25 years now.
Wow.
I look after Annika. And she's lived all over The Hague. It's mainly based in The Hague and around. I think there's 1 or 2 in Zoetermeer. But Annika lived in Keizerstraat when I first met her.
Okay.
A friend of mine worked there, and she said Annika doesn't have any family to visit her, so would you be her pen pal? And then I discovered that Annika can't read and write, so I said maybe we'll go to the cinema.
And then your pen pal, she cannot read.
Yeah, no. She can write her name. She's very proud of that. Annika's 74 now, but has a mental age of about 3 years old.
No way.
And I love her to bits. And we've been together for years. We're very good friends. And she lived in Keizerstraat, then she lived in Loevesteinlaan. She's lived in a lot of different places, but now she lives very close to me, and I've become her mentor and legal guardian. And I visit her quite a lot every weekend, and sometimes when I've got the time. That's why I'd like to step down as chair, because I'll have more time. I used to go and feed her every day and give her dinner in the evening, and I don't have time to do that at the moment.
Okay.
But and I've fallen in love with everybody in her home as well. So I absolutely love spending time there. And they all need a kiss and a cuddle, and it's a wonderful place for your loved one to be, because they're so well looked after. So I'm advertising for Midin as well.
For those watching,
Yeah.
well, we'll add links to the description, that's for sure. But you also spend a lot of time, you put in a lot of time volunteering,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I've got a lot of time at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't work, so I've got plenty of time.
You used to work?
I used to sell computers, but that was mostly time spent down the pub, to be honest.
Not so much about human connection.
Yeah, I used to office equipment, the very first facsimile machines, at the first word processors that used to take up half a room, the first computers that took up more than a room. And then when I moved to the Netherlands, I sold a printer for desktop publishing that was compatible with Apple and IBM, which was nowhere on the market. So I made a bit of a killing with that. That was good fun. That was for an old boyfriend. He set it up for me to help me to stay in the Netherlands when they kept trying to throw me out.
But at one point you also lived in a house of, 34 rooms?
34 rooms, yeah. When I lived with Guy, absolute darling. But the trouble was, as soon as we bought the house, we split up.
Okay.
But it was great fun. And
so 34 rooms sounds like a flat or a castle, or?
No, it was, I suppose, a country mansion.
Okay.
Yeah. And funnily enough, it was where Genesis recorded a couple of their first albums. And in the attic they had all the chalkboard with all sorts of notes on the wall. And when Guy moved out, he left everything there for posterity, which was really nice. It was a beautiful house. It had a moat and a lake, and he was about to buy me a flock of flamingos because I really love birds, and he'd already bought me a toucan. And we saw the Guinness advert. He didn't buy the Guinness, he bought me the bird, which was great. Dickie.
Wow.
And I was about to get a flock of toucans and we split up.
You said a flock of flamingos. Right?
Yeah, a flock of flamingos. Yeah, two. No, I was going to get different toucans as well. I had a Toko toucan, with the orange bill, but there's all sorts of different ones with coloured bills. So that was going to, and I had parrots and finches and minor birds and all sorts of other birds as well.
But no space for flamingos and toucans here in Old Waldeck.
No, that was the saddest part actually. That I'd had Dickie for donkey's years, and then when I moved to the Netherlands, I gave him to a friend of mine who used to work on an experimental farm, because he used to have a 12-foot by 12-foot cage in the garden, and living above shops, you don't get a 12-foot by 12-foot cage. So he went, which was sad. No. But she was very happy with him.
Well, I mean, and your son lives still with you, right? So
yes.
There's no space for flamingos or toucans.
Darling boy takes up a lot of room.
Very good, very good. As this episode or this series is called Good Place.
Yeah.
How would you define good place for you in your own life? As in, are you in a good place?
Oh, I'm in a fantastic place. Yeah, I love my life.
Okay.
Absolutely love my life. I'm really happy. I don't want for anything. I know what's coming in the letterbox, so nothing scares me. Thank goodness.
That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
If the moment you're scared of what comes in your letterbox.
Yeah, that's when you're not in a good place.
Yeah.
And that's when, as I said before, money is important. Money's not important if you've got it, and you're not worried that you can't pay your bills. But when you don't have enough money to pay your bills, or to pay for food, or to pay for like basics in life, for clothes, then that's when life is very difficult and money is very, very important. And sadly, there's a lot of that. So I'm very happy to do charity work, and I get, every time I get, my hallway is empty, I get another delivery, and then I always want to sort it out and make sure that the right people get the right things. So everything from microwaves to irons to bedspreads. Yesterday it was lampshades, 6 lampshades, and I found a fabulous home for those. She was really, really happy. I collect for charity, and I like doing charitable things because that's what makes me happy. Mm-hmm. That really makes me happy.
Mm-hmm. Fulfillment.
Yes, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. And if I can make somebody laugh, then I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. You made me laugh.
Yeah. Good.
Many times.
Good.
That's nice. So, a good place means that if you laugh enough,
yeah,
and you have an empty letterbox, then you're in a good place.
Yeah. And I've lived.
The rest is not important.
No, it's really not important. When I was selling computers, it was so important to have a brand new car on the 1st of August with my own registration, and everybody knew that was the first day of the new cars. And I always had very posh cars. I had a Rally Golf with four-wheel drive with a turbocharged Corrado engine. Boy, did that go! Yeah, I got a few speeding tickets with that.
Yeah, about driving fast.
Yeah. But that was my baby, and it was so important, but the doors got kicked in, and everything. I had to get everything from Germany because it was a special car. And
gedoe, hè?
Yeah.
In Dutch.
Yeah, it was echt gedoe.
Trouble.
And then I thought, then it was stolen, and the police said before we get it in our computer, it'll be in the East Block, so don't bother. You're not going to see it again. And then I thought, what's the point in looking out of the window all the time and worrying about what you've got? Because all I need is something that gets me from A to B. So my sister-in-law, darling Taya, she gave me her, I think it was Renault 5 tree climber, And
Love those.
I was always very fussy about my hair and my makeup and everything. Clothes, so all my clothes second hand, that's no problem. But hair and face always has to look the business.
That's not second hand.
It's about third hand now. So
Third hand face.
yeah, third hand face, second hand rose. So I said to my son, before we went to the pub to see his father, we were divorced but we were best friends, and I said we're going to take the car through the new super duper car wash in Rijswijk. Anyway, the car was quite old, and I heard a little voice from the back saying, "Mummy, I'm getting wet."
No way.
And water was absolutely pouring in both sides. So by the time I parked the car, then exactly one half was straight hair, one was all curly, and it had gone right through my trousers, right into my boots. So I walked into the pub looking absolutely stupid, and Jay went to his father and said, "Daddy, I'm never ever going in a car wash again." Poor little love was absolutely drenched.
Poor guy.
But I loved that car, and it was given with love. And that was really important to me. And it got me from A to B exactly the same as my karate. Well, not quite exactly the same, but pretty similar to how that worked.
And now you cycle? Or
No,
take a
that's
bus?
been confiscated.
Oh.
I fell off.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a bus.
No, I drive. But I drive, well, when I have to, I drive. I drive short distances, but I don't like driving because I have to go slowly. But no, the bicycle's gone,
boring,
roller
yeah.
skates are gone. I've got strict instructions from Jay, who doesn't want me to fall over anymore. So-
Keeping his mom safe.
He does, yeah.
Very nice.
He says there's only one adult in this family, and it sure ain't the mother.
Very good. Well taken care of. Very good.
He's a darling. He looks after me.
Chezzie, I think we're almost at we're actually at the end of this conversation already. I'm sorry. I know.
Seen an old lady cry.
Somebody seen Chezzie? No? We got to go. Well, even all good things come to an end.
It's been lovely. It's been lovely.
Likewise.
meeting you. Yeah.
And there might be a sequel to this. Who knows? And happy we connected. Very insightful, and I really appreciate what you do for others, and to make them, give them a good time and make them smile, and I think it's.
I love it. I love it.
But it's also could be a good example as well for others to not only focus too much on their own things and think more of others, and
Be kind, just to be kind.
yeah,
Think of other people and be
Connect.
treated the way that you want to be treated.
but also actively seek for it.
Yes.
You can also sit at home and watch Netflix,
Yeah.
but you can also go to a community center and
Yeah.
roll up your sleeves and do something.
Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing as well about the Hungry Mind, that by doing my public relations, I've connected, especially with the gemeente. They've put me in touch with lots of different organisations where if I had the time, I'd like to go and help them out as well. But there's so many good things going on that don't sit at home. Go and find something. There's something for everybody.
Imagine you would just give up your Netflix subscription and make yourself useful,
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did.
She just did. Yeah, I might do it as well. I might do something like charity work here on a public bench,
Yeah.
talking to people and connecting.
But that would make somebody happy.
I know.
Yeah, they'd really just to sit next to them and talk to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just can't keep quiet, so I'm, the perfect person to go and do it.
For sure. I love to talk to people all the time. So I think there should be. That's also a thing about this public bench and why I chose a public bench. There's so many public benches we look at now. They could all be filled now with people having
They're wet.
Oh, that's why. Okay, we offer them dry benches, and rolls of Kleenex so they can dry it. So people, would have more conversations with strangers.
Yeah.
And especially in the times of loneliness and these things, it's that one particular moment a day that you remember.
Yeah. Is there one? A particular one? I remember every moment of the day for about half an hour, and then I get more stuff in my head and it goes straight out the other ear.
Well, for those who have, for those people who can remember, I think that one little, I don't know, act of kindness, encounter with a person, that smile, is something that you will reflect on when at the end of the day, when you go to bed, you're like, okay, that was cool, that was nice.
Well, someone said you look nice. If somebody looks nice, I'll always say, "Oh, I love your shoes. Oh, great glasses."
Yeah.
Just give a compliment.
Yeah.
Smile at
They're
somebody.
not visible that much on film, but can you? It's like purple.
I like purple shoes. I got pink ones too.
Nice.
And I'm going to wear one purple and one pink.
Really?
Yes.
Oof.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Final fling.
So you're raising eyebrows in the shopping mall.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
No, they know me. They know me.
That's that woman with the two different color
Yeah. Oh, it's
pair of
Chezzie.
shoes.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
mad.
Well, with that, we end the show. You've all seen if you listen to this episode, go and watch it, because then you see Chezzie's shoes. But thanks for your time and attention, and looking forward to speaking to our next person on the public bench somewhere. We'll see which city it's going to be. Thanks for listening, following. Please subscribe. That will mean the world. And wishing you an amazing day.
Thank you. And thank you very much. I've loved meeting you.
Likewise. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.